Jellied meats, madame.
If you're hearing our voices, it means it's time for It's This Meets That, the podcast where we watch the worst movies from trailer to end credits, scene by scene, so you don't have to, but maybe you should. I'm Russ.
I'm Jared.
Jellied meats, I don't know. I'm on board.
I mean, I like both of those things.
Yeah, right? You could like spread it on some bread really easily.
Yeah. I mean, when you put it that way, now I'm less interested again.
It's a nice spread, nice bread spread.
Mm.
All right, so we're here for our full breakdown of A Christmas Prince, a 2017 Netflix movie. Which I think, it's sitting at 73%, I think, on Rotten Tomatoes. Just under 50 in the audience score, though. So, but I think it was still kind of a hit for Netflix and for people who like these kind of movies. So
yeah, for sure.
So we did Trailer Trash last episode, and this will be the full breakdown. So do you want to recap what this movie is all about?
Yeah, holiday schlock.
Yeah, pretty much.
So when a reporter goes undercover as a tutor to get the inside scoop on a Playboy prince, she gets tangled in some royal intrigue and ends up finding love. Right. But will she be able to keep up her lie? Much better than Trailer Trash, right? I've been practicing.
Yes. Yes. The second time through always helps. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty on point, right?
Yeah. Lamb.
Yeah. Okay, so our prognostications, we just missed the mark on ours. We basically were going for a misery
barely.
Just barely. We were going for a misery meets Casper. That is not what we got.
No.
But we were so close. We were just like one death away, I think.
Yeah, not enough death in this movie.
No. Just the king. That's it.
And he didn't even die in the movie.
No.
Dead before the movie.
Yeah. The year before, technically.
The prequel.
Yes.
I'm assuming.
Yeah. The king's death.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, right? The king's Christmas.
He just slowly dies of cancer.
The entire movie.
Man.
Oh, man. God damn it. That's right. He had leukemia, didn't he? Damn it.
I think so. No. Her mom had leukemia. We don't know what the king
that's
died.
Right.
The king died suddenly and unexpectedly. We don't know from
that's a more intriguing story. Get into that.
Yeah. Because remember, because we'll get to it, but the kid, Richard, was like, yeah, I stormed out on my dad, and that was the last time I ever saw him. Like, you wouldn't do that if he was terminally ill.
No. So I think maybe he was taken out. Maybe Simon did it. Well, I don't know.
Oh, interesting. Almost certainly.
Right. Well, so we missed our prognostications, but you should go listen to those because they were much better, and I think they would have been a more interesting movie.
Agreed.
We should say this is a pretty paint by numbers movie.
Yeah.
It's, they're designed this way. It's they're kind of set up, and I get some notes from Fast Facts and some things about the MPCA. The production companies of this group. So,
I got a fast fact for you there too.
Yeah, I love it. So, all right, we'll do quick info.
Yeah. Also, Thais insisted that this was a kids movie, and I was like, "It's definitely not. It's
no, it's weird
Hallmark rom-com.
Yes, yeah,
that kind of movie. But,
yeah, it's listed as a family comedy. Yeah,
but I wouldn't call it very child friendly, or particularly child friendly.
No, not really. It's a family movie you can put on the background and no one will be offended by it.
Right. If I were a kid, I would have been bored as shit.
Yes. What is this?
Yeah. Why am I watching this?
What is going on? Okay. So quick info. This is directed by Alex Zam. He's a self-declared here,
no.
Yeah. Focus on, he's a director or screenwriter, focus on creating family entertainment. And his credits are that, but he's a big direct-to-video...
Woody Woodpecker?
Yeah, but a big direct-to-video, sequel guy.
Did you go all the way too?
Yeah. Yeah, Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2, Dr. Dolittle, $1 Million Mutts. He's done a lot of movies direct-to-video. They're just Inspector Gadget 2. So, yeah.
Did you see any of the new Inspector Gadgets, by the way?
No, I did not.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I loved Inspector Gadget when I was a kid.
But yeah, he looks like he's a working guy, though. He just, cranks out stuff every couple of years,
Yeah, these don't sound that bad.
No, they're inoffensive, they're just there, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like jelly meat. It's just there. It's there on your bread. Screenwriters Karen Schaller and Nate Adkins. Karen Schaller, she's got 10 things. She's big into Christmas. She's did all three of these movies, The Christmas Prince and the 2 sequels, and just a couple of things. Looks like she writes a lot of rom-com novels for HarperCollins. So, and she's cranking out a new novel every year. Wowza.
She's trying to be Nicholas Sparks over there?
Yeah, I think so. Oof, okay. Yeah. So she's just, working late to get it done.
3-time Emmy Award winning.
Yeah. So
pretty good.
Yeah. And then Nate Atkins has got kind of an interesting,
bacon oriented.
So I think he's got some like horror stuff in here. And is this what's S. Darko? Is that like a sequel to Donnie Darko? Oh, this is Samantha Darko. That's right. Samantha Darko. That's right. Donnie Darko's little sister. I remember this movie.
There was a sequel to Donnie Darko?
Yeah. 2009.
Wow.
I forgot about that.
Interesting.
So yeah, he did that, and he's got some random stuff, and it looks like he started leaning into some more of the rom-coms TV movie stuff, and then he worked on all 3 of these as well. So, yeah.
Interesting. Now, I would have had no clue that there was a Donnie Darko sequel.
Yeah, I knew that existed, but yeah, just he's working, doing what he can. So since early 2000s, just pumping stuff out every couple of years, and
interesting. Okay.
Paying rent, the rest of us are trying to do. So,
just another schmuck. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I can't fault them for it. So, okay, so who's in this? So we got Rose McIver.
Wait, Rose McIver, 2019 Teen Choice Award nominee for the Choice Summer TV Star : female?
If you say so.
I do.
Then I believe you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what. I guess that's what she's known for.
That was for iZombie, which I think she is known for, actually.
Okay. All right. I don't.
Ghosts, which is supposed to be actually good.
Okay. All right.
TV.
It's all TV stuff. Okay. All right. Yeah, this whole thing, and we'll kind of get into. It's pretty clear. This is just anyways, Ben Lamb plays Prince Richard.
Okay.
I got Alice Krige as Queen Helena.
Okay. She was pretty good.
Yeah. Honor Kneafsey. She plays Princess Emily, a little girl in the wheelchair. Sarah Douglas plays Mrs. Averill. Emma Louise Saunders plays Lady Sophia. Theo Devaney plays Simon. Those are kind of like the 2 villains later in the movie.
Super punchable.
Yeah, definitely. And then Mark Bogomil. I pulled him out. He's a caroler and a festive customer. So he did double duty. So
dang,
Mark.
You get extra pay for that?
I think.
I'm assuming.
I don't know. Maybe.
SAG rates?
So yeah, that's who's in this movie. So
great.
Production, box office stuff. So box office, I couldn't get because it's a Netflix, straight to Netflix thing. So I couldn't get any numbers there.
Man. And
production budget numbers. So I didn't pull up the exact, but I found this article from Business Insider and the production company MPCA, Motion Picture Corporation of America, which is Jesus. They produce a ton of Hallmark movies. That's like their kind of big thing. And Hallmark, I didn't know this, but Hallmark cranks these Christmas movies out and cranks all these movies out.
Oh, yeah.
But big into the Christmas, they've kind of cornered the market of Christmas movies, right?
I'm very familiar.
And they're basically the Marvel of Christmas movies because they're they all get a budget of $2 million. They're shot over 3 weeks and they're usually done over the summer. And it's just cranking them out cookie cutter form. So
yeah. Famously, all Marvel movies have a budget of $2 million.
Yes. Well, scaling things a little bit more, it's
right.
Yeah, more like 200 million and takes 3 to 6 months to film.
Yeah. $2 million is like you spent 540 Fanatic box office dollars. So keep that in perspective. You could have made 540 Fanatics box office numbers for this.
No one needs that. No one needs that. But yeah, so they're just a machine pumping out these movies, and advertisers and viewers love it because they're drawn in because they know exactly what they're going to get.
You know what else they produced, which I thought was funny?
Yeah,
my MPCA fast fact for you. Dumb and Dumber.
I saw.
Why?
I saw.
They're like, no, you know what we need? More Christmas movies after Dumb and Dumber as penance.
Yeah. Dumb and Dumber, that is a Christmas movie though too, isn't it? Jeez.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Well, there you go.
Yeah, depends on how you look at it.
So you can see, like, this is just another movie in the machine that is the Hallmark Christmas movie. So everything's very paint by numbers. Even watching it, I was like, oh man, even like this script is like they're hitting all the major beats. Like very obviously, here's if you read any screenwriting book, it's like, oh yeah, they just took that template and just filled it all in, and here you go.
Yeah. Russ has read many screenwriting books.
Yeah, many, and I still can't figure it all out. Apparently. So yeah. That's it. That was a quick fast fact before that. So
I like it.
Yeah. That's all the quick info in this movie. So do you want to Holly pitch me, you royal motherfucker?
I sure do. I feel like I picked the easy ones here, right? This movie is obviously a Royal Christmas meets Tommy Boy. Now, A Royal Christmas, speaking of Hallmark movies, is basically the same movie. So it's about this woman who's like a humble, kind-hearted person who's like, small time, not really having success in her career yet. She's in love with this European guy this is where it kind of diverges. She doesn't know that he's going to be a prince. He turns out to be a prince later, but of course. He is the heir to the throne of another made-up country called Cordinia.
Oh, Cordinia.
Yeah, very similar to Aldovia.
It'd be a lot of fun if someone pulled all of like the fictitious countries that movies have used and made like a world map of like fictitious, cinematic world map. Maybe, yeah.
I think Cordinia is kind of like a Corsica, Sardinia thing. Like it's like in between Italy and France, I think is what they're going for. As opposed to Aldovia, which is like Romania, right?
Yeah,
we
basically.
established.
Yeah.
So anyway, and then she goes to Cordinia with the Christmas prince here. I'm sorry.
Christmas prince.
A royal Christmas. And the mom doesn't like her all that much, disapproving of the young American. It's like a big deal that she's a young American, just like in this movie.
Yeah.
There is a weird Duchess lady that like kind of busts in and tries to break up the love affair here, just like Lady Sophia. I don't think she's a duchess, but maybe she is. I don't know. She's a baroness, they said. I think, right?
The old baroness. Yes. Great band.
But basically the same thing. Right. That's right. And there's like some amount of schooling involved because she has to go to like etiquette school.
Of course.
In this movie, Amber is the
tutor.
The teacher. That's right.
Yeah.
She gets a big grand entrance at the Christmas ball in a makeover.
Gotta have it.
Right. Yeah. Gotta have it. And at the end they all kind of end up together and everyone's kind of approving and
yay.
Yeah, schlock.
Yes.
So just like this movie. Now, comparatively, it's obviously meets Tommy Boy from the other side of it. So A Royal Christmas for Amber's side of it. For Prince Richard, he's obviously a Tommy Boy type character, right?
Yes.
Immature, doesn't know what he wants out of life. Dad is the break king. Break pad king of
Sandusky
Illinois or whatever.
That's
right, Sandusky, Ohio. No, you're right.
Is it Sandusky? Yeah, I think so. Yes, right.
It is. So he gets into some hijinks along the way. Meets a girl. Family hates him. I feel like the couple that are the villain. What is it, Beverly and Paul?
Yep.
They're like exactly like
Sophia. And Simon, trying to take over the yeah.
Except for they don't pose as mother and son, but they probably could.
Yeah.
And I guess that's probably it.
That's pretty good. Man, look at these movies all kind of being somewhat the same.
Well, except Tommy was a good movie.
Yes.
Not enough David Spade in Christmas Prince.
I'm sure that would have bumped up the quality.
He's not doing anything. He's doing commercials for that outdoor company.
Yeah, does he do like, oh, he does like he probably does like a podcast. Everyone does, right? We all do.
I don't know if he's done I think he just like at these days he's just like getting a paycheck from Adam Sandler is kind of his thing.
Which pops in wherever.
I would also if I were friends with Adam Sandler. Can't fault him for it.
Nope. Not at all. Hey, just another schlub. We're all just trying to make it work, you know?
Yeah. So that's my pitch. What do you got?
I'm probably need a little bit of an assist from you because you did give me my second one, but once I read the log line, I was like, oh, this is perfect. But
you got it, pal.
Yeah, I haven't seen the second movie here, but I went with it's Batman Begins meets A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. No need to explain.
Done, right? That's it. So I'm going with the Batman Begins, kind of like you're using the Tommy Boy for the Prince. I'm using Batman Begins for the Prince here, right? Because you know, I mean, Thomas Wayne, kind of the king of Gotham in a way, right?
More or less.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne kind of trying to take over the throne in a way. He's also the Playboy millionaire that's what he plays on the outside. Mm-hmm. We have this problem with the Prince here, Prince Richard. He's, you know, everyone thinks he's just like a Playboy who's running around doing whatever he wants, you know?
Yep.
And then playing along the theme of like Bruce Wayne having to accept who he is and take over and be that, you know, and be the, you know, the Dark Knight.
Detective.
I mean, yeah, the World Knight. Yeah, the Dark Knight, really. Mm-hmm. So where Prince Richard here, he has to accept who he is and be like, I'm the king. I'm also not going to, well, we'll leave the spoilers to the side, but who he actually is, right?
Bruce Wayne?
Yes. Which would have been great. At the end, he's like, I'm Batman. Now meets A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. And I don't know if there's anything else that you're thinking, but A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which that is going to pull in the journalist thing, right? Because we have Amber here. She's kind of undercover and she uncovers the truth behind Prince Richard, that he's actually a good guy. He's not this playboy running around doing whatever he wants, right? A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, right? Isn't that the whole thing of that, where it's there's a journalist who's interviewing Fred Rogers.
He's like super cynical journalist. He's like known for doing like hit pieces and whatever else. And they're like, all right, you got one last shot, guy, to like do something, not be an asshole. They're like write this puff piece about heroes, about Mr. Rogers. And he's like, oh yeah, Mr. Rogers is probably some secret scumbag. He can't be that nice.
Nope, it's Mr. Rogers. He's just got a closet full of shoes, man. That's his, big downfall.
Just genuinely a nice person.
Where Prince Richard, we learn, is generally a nice guy. So.
Yeah. And
if
you haven't seen A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, I know you haven't, Russ.
I haven't.
Listeners,
check it out. Yeah, I'm gonna give that a shot now. I would even throw. Does Batman Begins take place during Christmas?
Oh,
I can't remember. I feel like there's snow. It's maybe during a holiday. I can't remember.
I don't know. That's a good question. It could be a Christmas movie.
I don't know.
I don't think A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood is any Christmas.
No. Maybe Dark Knight. I don't know. Well, I thought one of those movies kind of took, in the Dark Knight Rises, it's snowing. It snows out there, but.
And isn't the new Batman, doesn't that take place at Christmas too, a little bit?
The Batman? I thought it was Halloween.
Oh, was it Halloween?
Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
Anyways. Tomato.
Yeah, right.
One Nightmare Before Christmas. You've seen them all.
So that's it. I think those are good.
Yeah, great work.
I feel good about those pitches. Kind of last minute, pulling it together on my side.
Yeah, no, you did good. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, bud. All right, fast facts.
Back me, Daddy.
All right, some of these are pretty good. I think. I don't know. We'll find out.
Okay.
Well, we kind of touched this in the trailer trash. The movie was filmed on the, I don't know how to pronounce this, but I'm gonna go with the Palais Castle.
Yeah,
sure. A neo-Renaissance castle in the Carpathian Mountains, situated in, is that Sinai in Romania?
Yeah.
Sure. Close enough.
Yeah. You ever been to the Carpathian Mountains?
No. Have you?
No.
Okay.
But listeners, I think we had a listener in Romania once. Is it cool?
Isn't that where Vigo, the Surge of Carpathia is from?
Oh my God.
Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah, I guess you're probably right.
Hi, Vigo, Scourge of Carpathia. Anyways, and that castle where this movie was filmed is the same castle from the movie A Princess for Christmas, which is another one of the Hallmark movies there. So
So. I almost actually picked that one because it's the same movie.
This is going to be a fun one. On December 10th, 2017, the movie came out, I think, on November 17th. So December 10th, 2017, Netflix revealed in a tweet that 53 of its subscribers had watched the film every day over the past 18 days.
What?
What a weird tweet, first of all. But well, also, what?
Who are those sickos? There's 53 people that we must hunt down now. What's wrong with you?
What does your Netflix queue look like?
You have to have been doing something else, right? Or do you think they're actually paying attention?
No, I don't think they're paying. I think that's like they put it on and they're like, oh, I didn't finish it, but it kept running. And they're like, oh, I didn't finish it. And they're just like, oh, let me put it on again, you know?
They just had like 18 straight nights of Christmas party ragers. And they were like, this is good background TV.
Yeah, right. And I was like, I completely forgot what it's about. Let me go watch it again.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So when asked what made her sign on to do a film like this, Rose McIver said, it's a paycheck now. I just think it's a fun, happy Christmas movie. I have every opportunity in my life to do really dark, gritty stories. And this is something that was just fun.
Neat.
This one, I don't know. Like, it's funny. I read this before I watched the movie, but then when I watched it, it stood out so much to me because it was very obvious. But at the beginning, when they're doing like all the establishing shots of New York City, and like before we get into her in her office, obviously there's scenes of New York City. It's New York City. But then the very last one, before they show a building like that's supposed to be her office building, there's one scene of of Chicago, and it's kind of easily recognized. One, because like it's
like Tommy Boy.
Yeah, it's like the bridge that goes over the river that runs through Chicago. And it's like very obvious. But all the flags there, it's like the American flag. They have a bunch of flags, and one of them's like the Chicago City flag is just like
what?
It's kind of weird goof, I would say, but
nice. Good catch. I didn't notice that actually.
I didn't. So this one, Rose McIver has this has the same last name in this movie as does her character on the TV show iZombie. Did we get her last name in this movie?
Yeah, Moore.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so
Amber Moore.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I guess.
Did you ever watch? I guess you haven't watched iZombie then, because you don't.
No. Last two. So the dress the Queen is wearing during the Christmas ball is similar to the dress the Queen of the Netherlands wore during her coronation in 2013.
Huh.
Yeah. That's a dumb one. Similar. It's just similar. If it was like it's the same one.
Yeah, you're like, it was also a dress.
Yes.
Sick.
She was wearing a dress just like the Queen was in 2013.
Awesome.
Now, this one I don't get, but I spotted it when it just doesn't make any sense. So there's an inside joke about 3 minutes and 50 seconds into the movie. And this is when they're going to the website, the gossip websites. And then there's like, the gossip website, there's a headline that says, does Prince Richard have a new secret girlfriend? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then like underneath that, I don't know if you caught this. It's like in smaller print. It's like a quick summary, I guess. I don't know. It's supposed to be like a blurb, but this is what it actually says.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like kind of gobbledygook. And I don't get why this would be an inside joke, but it says underneath it, he as compliment, unreserved projecting. Mm-hmm. Between bad observe, pretend, delight for believe. Do newspaper questions, consulted sweetness do. Mm-hmm. Remark fat set why are sudden depend change entire wanted. Performed remainder attending lead fat residence for. What does that even? Is this like a puzzle we're supposed to figure out? And what would be the inside? I mean, obviously we're not on the inside, so we don't know the joke, but
yeah,
I don't get it.
I don't know either.
I also thought it was really weird because it's very obvious. It's just kind of like a lorem ipsum, like holder of text.
Yeah, I wonder if that's the inside joke is something about lorem ipsum or something.
I don't know. It's just very strange. But
oh wait, no, I don't know. I Googled it earlier, or at least the first line of it, and it came up with this like Scribd site that's like diverges slightly, but it's basically he has compliment, unreserved projecting, between head observe, pretend, delight for believe. Do newspaper questions, consulted sweetness do? Our sportsman, his unwilling fulfilled departure law. Now world own total saved above her cause table.
So like the first half, it's all the same except for Is that what's that site used for?
It's like, I don't know. It's just like a notes site. Like I don't understand what this is. Yeah. And then there's like somebody tweeted about it, like about the movie where it was like, I swear it would have been easier to just write real sentences.
Right? Like
yeah.
Very strange. Very strange. So
maybe it's now the inside joke.
I don't know.
Stupid.
Yeah. We're moving on. We're not going to spend more time thinking about it. So.
No, we've already wasted too much time on that.
Way too much. And that's it. Those are all the fast facts I have. So
great. I didn't have any other than none.
All right. Well, should we get into breaking down this?
Might as well.
Yeah. I mean, this just starts pretty easy, right? Netflix. We get the MPCA logo, Motion Picture Corporation of America, our Hallmark Christmas overlords. Yeah.
Bless
them. And then, we just get right to kind of establishing shots of New York City, upbeat Christmas music. We get the title card, a Christmas Prince, a bunch of shots of Christmas, New York City in Christmas time. There's snow, Rockefeller Center,
I feel like they really had to jam in the Christmas at the beginning because most of the movie is not Christmas related.
Yeah, I mean, there's the tree when they're hanging ornaments, and then
right.
That's about it. But there's definitely a lot of CG snow going on. It looks like
Christmas is a character in the movie.
Yeah, and then the last shot is definitely Chicago, and then we cut to we're inside her office, and she works for some magazine. Was it Beat Now or something?
I don't know. It didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter at all. All right, so we meet, and then it's like all the basic setup. But this is very paint by numbers, right? So we meet Amber. She's trying to convince some higher up guy, like some article someone wrote is garbage, and he's like, just fix it. And
well, it's like she's complaining that they wanted a 300-word piece, and he wrote 650 words. And I'm like, great, so edit it down. It seems like that makes your job way easier. Yeah. Like it's not like he wrote 50 words and then was like, yeah, finish it.
Yeah, right. So
she's an editor. Her job is editing. Stupid.
So then we meet her other coworkers, the two who are going to be kind of coming back here and there throughout the movie. They're all junior editors, right? So we're just learning about her and her life. She's she's putting in more work than she's recognized for, right? She's got the motivation, and she wants to become a journalist, but
this is also the job. Junior editor is this. Wow.
So yes,
that pissed me off from the get-go because I was just like, why are you she's 23 and she's like, oh, my life's so hard, I'm fresh out of college, I just want to write stuff, and no, this is how it works.
As she takes bites of avocado toast,
right? I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm on the avocado toast crowd too, and it's not you gotta work your way up.
Hey, I'm fine with that too. I'm gonna be into meat jelly toast too someday, so you see.
That's right.
All right, so then we're in the boss office. This kind of just stuff from the trailer, right? And we meet the editor who is doing a Chicago, New York accent. Still very not sure.
Yeah.
But basically, we just get the update about who the prince is, the situation. He's a playboy.
Interregnum.
Yeah.
Vocab word of the day. The time between kings, I guess.
What was the other word they used a lot? They loved it. It was abdicating? Abdicate. That was a word they constantly using.
That's a word I knew before.
Yes, that one. Yeah. But it was just like, oh, okay. That's your $5 word of the day.
Yeah.
So then, the editor's just given the situation of he's a playboy and he's not around to take the throne. He's missing. And
well, and then explains the whole plot of the maximum time the interregnum can be is 1 year, and 1 year expires on Christmas Day. And you're like,
yes.
Why are you just reading the script to me? Stop it.
Again, it's just kind of spoon fed. There's no subtlety. It's just, it is what it is. That's what it is. So
yeah. And then she goes to tell her friends about the news. She gets this assignment. She's like, I don't know. It seems like a thing. It's stupid. And
ton of exposition about her and her love life too, right?
Yes, exactly. And they're like, chill out. He's like a 12. And you're like, what? That's not how scales work. And then apparently she hates hot guys. That's a fact, I guess. So.
Yeah. Her and Brian just broke up, so you got to throw that in there, right?
Right.
She's like, he's not my type. The Prince Richard there as they're scrolling through photos, and your generic gay friend, I think, is just he's everyone's type. And it's like,
all right,
I guess he way to just get all these stereotype characters in here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then this is when we see the Lorem Ipsum thing on the website. I was like, why would they do that?
Write 4 sentences instead.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do.
They don't have to be good.
And then we learned, the big motivation stake here is this story could make her career, which is, we get that from the trailer. So, And then we're at Rudy's diner, right?
Yep, Rudy Giuliani's diner.
She's picking up her regular order, and then we learn, oh, Rudy is her dad. Oh, okay. So,
Papa.
Yeah, dad's important. He gives some serious. Actually, right here, he literally kind of states the theme of the movie, right? Where she's like, "Oh, I'm not from
Chili, not corn dogs." Oh.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's definitely. She's like, oh, I gotta, I'm taking this gig, and I won't be around for Christmas, whatever. And he's literally just like states the theme of, sometimes you gotta take a risk and follow your dreams. He's very supportive, so he's like,
yeah, he's a good dad.
And that's it. We're off and moving. This is like the first 5 minutes of the movie, and we
do get some brief setup that she has a dead mom.
Yes, yeah, a little bit. Yep, and that comes back later. And then we're in Aldovia, the old Aldovia International Airport, as it says on the sign. Just so you know. We get the press. They're all waiting for the prince to arrive, right? Or they think he's going to show up, and everyone's kind of like, "Where is he? Where is he?
That guy never shows up."
And then Amber's like, wait, she comes out and she's like waiting for just a regular cab, I guess.
It really bothered me that they called the country Aldovia and then just had everyone have British accents. Because I was like, come on. Like,
I was thinking the same thing. It's like, okay, is this
give me a little Eastern European.
Yeah, just a little bit. England was probably there first anyways.
Yeah, probably. So, Right. England's everywhere first. Right. Right to our UK fans out there. Fuck England, yeah.
Yeah, firsties. So yeah, she's waiting for a cab, and then she's about to get in one, and then it's very clearly the prince in a fake beard, but it's actually quote unquote his real beard, but it's definitely a fake beard.
Right.
And he just steals her ride, and she's like, "What a jerk!"
Can you believe that guy? Okay. Like, to no one.
Yeah. She goes all Karen on it. When people behind her are like, oh my God, Americans making a scene.
And then, but like, she gets a ride anyway. Like, she ends up in like
some
press corps van. Yeah.
Yeah. Like what? Then this is like the first set of transition shots of Aldovia we get. We get a lot of, throughout this movie, a ton of transition shots of just the palace at night.
How much do you think they paid for like the image of the palace? Because they had to use it so many times.
Yeah, they really got their money's worth out of that palace. Like,
yes.
Holy smokes.
I called it out every single time. I hope you did too.
I did too.
Yeah. Palace transition.
Palace transition at night. So many, because it's so beautiful. It's so epic. So yeah, then she's in the press van with all the other, schlubs, press people, right? Yep. And she has some quick exchange with one press dude.
One important guy. It's your first time covering the Royals. Hot tip, get a new career. And she's like, oh, man.
Back to copyediting, I guess I'm going. So then we get, we pull up to the palace. We get more wide shots of the palace, right? It's epic, just to show you. So that was kind of like the first shot of the palace.
She says, wow, like 10 times.
Yeah, wow. And then we're at the press conference. And then the team Aldovia here, his crew, the prince's crew, right? They come out and they're like, canceling the conference because the prince is unavailable.
Classic
prince move, right?
Does that mean that he's abdicating the throne?
Yeah.
Guy's like, nah, bro.
Yeah. I love all of a sudden, like all the people, all the press people, like he's unavailable. And they're all like, oh, like collective, like, oh.
Yeah, it's so dumb. Like everyone in this movie does not act like a person.
They're all caricatures of like people.
Yes.
I guess it is a movie, but so they're all pissed.
But still.
Yeah.
Come on.
So like they're all pissed and like, yeah, immediately assuming things and being like, this man is abdicating the throne. Is he ever going to show up? What's happening here? And then we get, one press person's like, King Edward. Was it King Edward? Was that his father's name?
Richard.
Oh yeah, because he's the second, right? Yeah, King Richard would have done this, like really laying it on thick that the prince is kind of a punk for not showing up. And then the press is kind of packing up. They're kind of mumbling and grumbling, and then they're outside, and Amber's kind of like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna go sneak into this palace.
Yeah, she's like, I can't go home empty-handed. She also does a ton of exposition, like to herself, like throughout the whole movie. She's like, well, I can't go home empty-handed. And some guy next to her is like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you talking to yourself? What? You're talking to yourself? Like, what's happening right now?
Yeah.
So she sneaks into the palace through the back doors there, right? And she's like taking photos
from the trailer.
Yeah, it's all from the trailer. And then she gets caught by a security guard who's not very good at his job, or assuming he's security, but
huge.
Yeah. And then we get the old classic American gets confused for the tutor for the Princess Emily.
Been there.
Classic story, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah,
like it's my favorite kind of that too, where it's like she's like has no idea what the excuse is, and then he's like, "Oh, you must be this person," and she's like, "Yep, I am that person.
I am that person. Yep,
you must be Martha, whatever." Like it gives like the whole name and all like everything about her, and she's like, "Yep, that's me." She's like, "I heard you were from Ohio." She's like, "Yep,
that's it. It's Minnesota,
right?
Yeah, Minnesota. And then you're like, oh, I wonder if this is going to come back. Clearly, she's lying, and that'll come back and hurt her later, which, yes, it does. Mm-hmm. And then we meet Mrs. Averill, right?
Yeah, I thought it was the mom first. Yeah. Right. But no, it's Mrs. A. I call her Mrs. A most
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like that. Mrs. A. And Amber kind of just cons her way in, and they go to meet Emily.
She's like, "You're 2 weeks early."
Yeah. No handshakes, but you can curtsy if you want.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, then there's a little bit about calling the press parasites in between.
Of course, throw that in there.
Mm-hmm.
You can curtsy if you can, American.
She's like, "Curtsy?" You're like, "Oh, she's as dumb as we think." Yeah. Great. Reinforce the stereotypes.
All right, so we're in a palace room, and we got the queen giving Prince Richard some business about missing engagements, and he's like, "Yes, mother. Of course I'll show up for the press conferences next time.
Of course, mother.
Of course, mother." And then Amber, a.k.a. Martha, right, is introduced to the gang here. And Richard, it's really his beard. And he's like, "Oh, it's you. Yeah. I'm the jerk that stole your cab." And then he admits he was a jerk. So,
yeah, already seems like a nice guy.
Nice guy with a stupid fake beard on.
Just a regular king.
And then we meet Princess Emily. And
oh, there you are, my little imp.
She is a serious royal jerk, huh?
Yeah, she's not an imp.
Not an imp. And then Richards picks her up, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I started laughing out loud on this one because he picks her up and just spins around the room, and everyone's like, "Oh no, don't what? Oh no,
what about her crutches? No,
don't do this. Oh no, this is so awkward. Why are you doing this? Don't break her more. No."
Yeah. But I think it's to show that she's just a little kid, and like no one's gonna break her. She's fine.
Yeah, and that he cares about his sister and kids. So. Mm-hmm. And then scene from the trailer where Amber is like walking out and knocks over expensive vase. The kids giggle. Mm-hmm. Nighttime transition shot, palace shot, first one.
Yeah.
And then we're in Amber's bedroom chatting with the editor over the phone, right?
So wait, before that though, I feel like this is the one place. It's like the only time that I kind of noted it too. Mm-hmm. This is like the one time the palace doesn't look real. I don't know what they did to make the shot this way.
Oh, interesting. I didn't notice that.
Every other transition of the palace, like it looks like it's like a model. Like it looks like it's like a little plastic. I don't know. It's just like I don't know. I'm sure it was probably the same footage that they used the rest of the movie. But
yeah. Same shot, or I didn't catch that.
It just looked bizarre.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah, she's chatting with her editor on the phone, and basically editor's like, just get photos and video.
Yeah, you might have to go to jail for 3 weeks. And she's like, "What?"
Nothing. Just get some photos and edit and video, okay?
Are you up for it? She's like,
yeah.
If you're not, you have to be.
Continue lying to the royal family, please. Okay, and then we had our first tutor session here, right? And Princess Emily's still being a royal jerk, and she's drawing mean pictures of Mrs. A. Not very nice.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
And sneaks a mouse underneath Martha's seat here, which... Classic mouse trick.
Yeah, mouse trap, right? And then Amber's kind of like reviewing her homework and like reviewing her like math assignment, and she's like, "This is long division. Yikes!
Yeah, this looks pretty good." Oh no, this kid's gonna be stupid now.
Oh no, we're gonna have a stupid royal jerk now.
Although she did ace the state exam, whatever that means.
Yeah. They have states over there, I guess.
I think they call countries states over there.
Oh, do they? Oh, okay. Yeah. In Aldovia, in the fake country. That's what they
in Europe in general. But yes, especially in Aldovia, the fake country, fake state.
So then we got Emily kind of grilling Amber, like, she's like, back home in Ohio or wherever. She said, she's like, "I thought you were from Minnesota." Oh, right.
Yeah.
So,
I went to school in New York. She's talking about New York. She's like, "Oh yeah, back in New York." "Wow, what are you talking about, New York?" "Oh, I went to college there." "Oh, well, what did you study?" Education. And then like completely out of left field, Emily's like, I have spina bifida.
Yeah.
And there's no cure.
Like, what? Okay. Hey. Awkward.
Good transition. I wish they just like thrown up a picture of the palace. Real quick.
Come back to him and be like, by the way,
I have spina bifida. Oh.
Ooh.
And there's no cure.
So do you want to get back to this math?
Like so many other things in this movie, they just rush the development of everything. Like it's only an hour and a half. And like realistically, if they wanted to tell this whole story, it could have probably been a 2-hour movie. Like,
yeah,
I'm glad it wasn't.
No. Yes.
Don't get me wrong, but like it definitely feels rushed at parts because she's like, oh, everyone just thinks I'm a poor little rich girl. I bet that's what you're thinking right now. And she's like, no, I'm thinking you're a brave little rich girl. And she's like, oh, like, did we just become best friends?
And then they go for a walk to get some fresh air.
They look out the window, see Richard doing archery, and they're like, why don't we go for a walk and do some fresh air?
Let's do some archery. Mm-hmm. This scene's pretty funny too. So then they get out to the palace yard. He's doing some archery, right? Mm-hmm. Amber's giving Richard like a little bit of a hard time. They're kind of doing some, whatever.
Did you shave your beard because mommy told you to? He's like, what?
Throwing verbal rocks at him. And then Emily's like, let me take a shot, right?
Yep.
And then this is pretty funny. She like literally just puts the arrow in the thing and it just like flies off.
Bullseye.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah.
Richard's like, oh, lucky shot.
And then Amber tries. And
well, in between, they make a weird joke about cutting off Richard's dick that was like felt inappropriate.
Oh, you
didn't catch that?
I didn't catch that.
What did he say? He was like, oh, if mom finds out that I let you shoot arrows, like she'll cut off my nose or something like that. and then Emily says, yeah, or she'll cut off something else. And then Amber's like, Emily. And she's like, I meant like his ear. And you're like, what? What is this sentence? Like, why is mom chopping off any body parts at all? This is fucked up.
I missed that.
Yeah, it was weird.
Oh my God. So then Amber goes to shoot and like Richard's, he's, quote unquote showing her showing her the moves there, right? And gets a little close, does a little hair sniff. And then she gets distracted and shoots the arrow through the window, murders someone right in the head.
Like literally almost kills Mrs. A. Like the arrow hit like 8 inches from her face. Through a window, like through a glass window into a wall.
And I feel like Mrs. A was just kind of like, you kids.
Basically.
They're like, Emily's like, we should get out of here. And then, they take off and they escape the scene of the crime. So
good Lord.
Yeah. Whew, we're on a roll here. And then we're back in Amber's bedroom and she's having a hard time with math still.
She's trying to get her friends to help, her like idiot junior editor friends to help. They're like, I don't know, math's math, right? Like, if you see in one addition, you know a subtraction. Am I right? It's like, what?
Like, yeah. If you ever run into those math problems, just fucking Google it. What are you doing? Mm-hmm. So then Emily shows up and she invites her to, Emily rolls in. Really? That's
what I wrote. She does. What's wrong with that?
Yep. And invites Amber to a royal cocktail party.
Right, exactly. And Mrs. A is like, oh, man.
Giving some serious royal condensation here. Condensation.
Condensation. I heard Emily rolls in a lot if it's going to bother you.
No, we're good. So yeah, Mrs. A is being really kind of condescending in a very royal way. She's like, oh yeah, we're hosting a cocktail party for, royal nobility and you apparently are invited as well. Oh my God. So we're at the cocktail party. Jelly meat. I'm telling you, that's the future of meat.
Jelly meat, madame.
It's like, what?
No, thank you.
I'm just thinking how easily I could spread it. Like it comes in a jar and you're like, oh, jelly meat. And you just spread it on the bread and you're.
I don't think jelly meat's what you think it is.
I don't like, why not?
It's like an aspic, I think, is what they mean. Which is like an old school thing where you literally like have chunks of meat inside a Jello.
Yeah. And then you just
can't spread that.
What do you mean? It's right.
It's like big chunks of meat. It's not like it's like a blended up meat that they then put. That'd be worse, I think.
Well, it'd be like chunky peanut butter, right? I mean, we still. Oh, your worst nightmare, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Worst nightmare because it would literally kill me. So, Think of your worst neighbor, but worse.
Exactly.
So we get some royal insight, right? So the prime mini, he's talking to the queen about Richard, worried about him taking over, and like, is he gonna do something?
She's like recording on her phone, and no one is noticing the whole time. She's like,
just like
what?
10 feet away, just like holding up her phone. I'm like, what is? Come on, this is ridiculous. And then the cousin shows up, Simon.
Yeah,
he's a total douche, right?
He's the worst.
He shows up, and then Richard, he's making the rounds, and Amber, yeah, she's still taking awkward photos of everyone, right?
If he doesn't sell enough brake pads by Christmas, he's not gonna. We won't be able to keep the factory.
Pretty much. And then Amber and Emily have a moment, right? Because she's working the kid. She's working the kid as the in for this whole situation, really, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Emily's like, "Oh, I like you because you're not like everyone else here. You treat me like I'm actually like a little girl." And Amber's like, "That's because you are."
Yeah, it's so dumb. Like the dialogue in this movie is so bad.
Yeah,
you treat me like a person. You are a person.
Yeah. Yes, you person.
Okie dokie.
And then we get some royal douchery between Simon, the cousin there, and Richard. Right? They kind of have a little word spar.
Yep, something about arguing about not having a soul.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, whatever. And we get some serious exposition about the actual stakes, right? And if Richard doesn't take the throne, Simon's going to kind of move in, right? So, right. We've got our villain. Something's afoot.
And this is also when Emily accuses Amber of being infatuated with her brother.
Yes.
She's like, oh no.
Yeah. Oh no, got me, kid.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if there's anything between that. We jump to Amber's bedroom, right? Or
yeah, the only other thing was like, people are like, well, why wouldn't Emily be the next in line for the throne? And she's like, man, am I right?
Oh, right. Yes, yeah, yes.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Ooh, slide that under the rug and move along. So then we're in Amber's bedroom. And she's on a Zoom call with the coworkers, and she's like, "Oh, I'm worried. I'm supposed to be digging up dirt, but I'm worried that she's worried about doing that because he's actually there might not be any, and
he's vulnerable and sweet, and I can't describe it because we couldn't write enough words in the script."
So now we got like the other screenwriting 101 checklist here, internal conflict.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So. And they're like, well, where there's a tiara, there's dirt. Trust me. Okay.
All right.
Why does it have to be a tiara?
Next day, we're in a palace room. She's taking creepy videos and photos of Richard playing some Christmas tunes on the piano. She
hears a beautiful Christmas ditty from another room, and she's like, "Where's that lovely sound coming from?" Gasp!
It's Richard. He knows how to play the piano.
It's our once and future king.
And she's like, "Oh, that sounds nice." And he's like, "Thank you. My father made me take lessons. Forced me, really, to take lessons."
He said music was good for the soul that I have that Simon doesn't.
Or what soul I have left of it.
Yeah. And he does a big thing about, "No, please call me Richard." Because she's like, "Oh, your majesty." And he's like, no.
Please.
Dick.
Call me Dick.
Call me Tricky Dick.
Tricky Dicky. Who's the old lady? That's my old lady. So then, we get a little more character insight, right? We find out Amber's mother. Well, she gets more into talking about like her mother had passed away, right? Yeah. And Richard's father died, and it was pretty sudden. And Emily took it pretty hard, right?
She's like, "You'll be a great replacement for your father." He's like, "I'm not trying to replace my dad."
Yeah. It's like she's starting to crack a shell, but then she, kind of messes it up, right? More abdication, more talk about abdication and abdicating, right? Abdicate everywhere. Gotta abdicate all over this palace.
But Richard's also happy that Emily has someone to talk to now. So he's like,
yes,
it is working. Her tactic of get close to Emily in order to get to the king is working like a dream.
Yeah, that's right. Use the kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talks about like his lifestyle. This is all from the trailer too, right?
Yep, exactly.
Women, wine, and song, and that good lifestyle. And he's like, "Is that what you think I am? Just a playboy?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you think I am?" She's like, "Yep." He's like, "I am."
He's like, all right, whatever. Mother's expecting me.
Yes, nailed it. And then we get another nighttime transition shot of the palace.
Yeah, I think I missed this one, but yeah, it's like we're going to another party now, right? Because like everything's a party all the time.
Yeah, it's a tree decorating party now.
Right.
So now we're decorating the tree with the family, and Amber is the tutor is invited to a very personal, seems like family thing. But,
I was like, yeah, is this a funeral? Like all they're doing is talking about dead Richard. And I'm like, wait, live Richard's right here.
Yeah. Tricky Dicky's right here. So yeah, the Queen's giving a little bit of a speech to the family. It's all about family, friends. You know, there's cheers. Everyone's yay. And Emily looks at Amber and is like, and to me, friends too. And then we get this big setup of like how the king loved handmade gifts. Like laying on thick about handmade gifts. Yeah. Handmade gifts, everyone. Pay attention. And the acorn.
Yeah. And lay it on thick about Simon being a douche. Because they're like,
oh yeah.
He's like, oh, look at this ugly ass elephant. It looks more like a bear. And you're like, that still seems cool. Like, I don't
yeah.
What are you talking? I mean, it looks like something, right? Like he's like, homemade gifts are stupid. And Richard's like, no, father always said homemade gifts were the best gifts. Like, oh, okay, sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Secret acorn.
Yeah, the secret acorn, which is like, oh yeah, look at this gift that we found.
Yeah.
It's like, I wonder if that's going to come back later. And then they're like, hey, Amber, what about you? What about your family back in Minnesota? What do you got going over there? You know?
Actually, I'm from Large Soda.
Large Soda. Sorry, that's a little Midwest joke.
I wasn't even trying to make a Midwest joke. See, this is why we're good partners.
That's why it works. This is why it works. And so she drops the little emotional one, right? She's like, oh yeah, my father and I, we light a candle for my mother who passed away. So I understand. And then we bake cookies. So, And then Lady Sophia rolls in. She's like, what up, motherfuckers? Richard's like, ooh.
Yeah.
Like,
mother. Who's that girl in the chucks over there? Nice. Good Converse plug.
Yeah. Insolence. So yeah, she shows up and Simon's being sleazy and Sophia's not having it, right? And then she's already making comments about Amber's shoes. And then she bought this orange. She's like, oh, I bought an ornament for the tree. And it's clearly like completely over the top, completely like gaudy. Yeah. And it's like, you miss the entire point of all the handmade gifts. Like if you want in with the family, learn traditions. You clearly don't pay attention. But then she's like, Richard, hang this ornament for me. Now.
Yeah, she sucks.
She's the worst.
This is there are three different palace transitions we get. One is night palace, one is day palace, and the other is statue palace.
Yes.
And this is when we get a statue palace transition.
Yes. I don't think I marked it because you're right. It was a statue one. So
also, I hate this. I think we talk about this when I feel like we've done a decent amount of movies at this point that do this particular kind of transition where it's like, scene's over, like next scene. It's like throw a random image in between and you're like, okay,
like, oh well, we just accomplished everything we needed to stay there, but there's no nice kind of lead out and then into the next thing. So they're like, well, just cut it, show a wide shot of the palace and next thing, right? It happens, you know. So then we're back in the tutor room here, right? Or is there still more to go on?
Well, no, because I guess this is in the tutor room.
Yeah, and this is the big reveal, right? But you got some stuff here, right?
She's like, she does a bunch of exposition about like why did the queen bring Sophia here? What a mystery. She's writing an article and like I can't get a read on Richard. Like basically, it's just like saying whatever you would expect that she was thinking.
Yes,
really frustrating.
Well, and she's also she's like taking notes too, which the notes are hilarious.
Yes, very funny. And so Emily walks in on her and she like quickly like shuts her laptop like she's watching porn or something. And Emily's like, oh, just catching up on your lessons. And she's like,
email.
I know you're Amber Moore.
Yeah. What are you talking about, kid?
So she's like, so we're gonna make cookies now instead of lessons.
You're gonna make me cookies, right?
Yeah. And she's like, but how did you know it was me? She's like, I went through your computer while you were in the bathroom. And she's like, but it's locked. And she's like, your password is on a sticky note on it. And she's like,
you're an idiot.
No,
what have I done?
Yeah.
So she's like, here's the deal though, right? She's like, hardball. Emily's playing hardball now. She's like, here's the deal. Write the truth about my brother, and I won't tell anyone that you're a lying bitch. Now I won't tell you everyone who you really are.
Right.
Brother isn't a playboy. He's actually pretty lame and just is a nice guy.
Yeah, he seems cool. He's not a party boy at all.
Yeah. And Amber's like, all right, kid, you got me by the balls here. So deal is made.
Yeah, it's cookie time.
Let's go make some fucking cookies, kid. So now we're in the kitchen, and Amber gets some details from Emily about Richard, Sophia, Simon, and that whole thing, right? So we get a little more exposition about them. And then Emily gets super emotional about her father passing away, and Amber offers some heartfelt advice. He's not dead. He's wrong. Yeah. Oh, she doesn't have an accent. Sorry.
He's not dead. See, he's right inside you.
Right inside here, right here where your heart is.
Your father's been inside you the whole time.
We have a daddy moment, and then we're in the music room. Richard jamming out on the piano.
Silent night, fucking holy night,
crushing it. And then Sophia shows up, right? And she's doing some edging. She's doing some moving, angling, right? And she's like,
sucks.
Yeah. And she's like, you haven't gotten over me. You know that.
He's like, it's not going to work out between us. And she's like, come on, babe. Why don't you just let me help with this benefit? And he's like, it's not a PR thing. It's a benefit. Like it's for the poor kids or dying kids or who knows what they are. But
the
there's a benefit for kids.
It's for the children, Sophia.
Like, I don't know what's wrong with them, but they're misfortunes.
Yes, whatever. It doesn't matter. The details don't matter. But it's for them. She's like, ugh, kids.
By the way, are you going to be king? He's like, what?
BT Dub, are you going to be?
Yeah. And he's like, you only ever loved me because I was next in line for the throne. And she's like, well, that's a part of you.
I mean, obviously. That's not totally entirely true.
Yeah, partially, sure.
Sure. Like, don't be a dummy. Don't be so dull. Mm-hmm. Then we're out with the benefit, right?
Yep.
Outside in good old Aldovia.
Beautiful. Aldovia is beautiful this time.
Beautiful this time of year. Yeah, I'd love to go. Amber is pushing Emily around, and not like pushing around like she's picking on her, like pushing around in a wheelchair. Mm-hmm. And they run into one of the reporters from the press conference, and he's like, "Wait a second, I know you. I recognize you, Amber." And
she never says her name, which
doesn't. Yeah, but
because he definitely doesn't remember.
No. He's like, I know you, and Emily's like, "Get the fuck out of here! I'm gonna throw you in my dungeon." Yeah. Okay, he takes off, and then we get the first dungeon joke.
I don't like the dungeon jokes are so stupid. Like they do it like 4 times, and you're like, it's not funny any of the times.
Yeah, no, it's not offensive humor. So
yeah, and it's like I told him I was going to stick him in the dungeon, and she's like, you have a dungeon, and she's like, no,
bummer, right?
Yeah.
And then
also,
the Queen's,
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, well, then the Queen starts giving a speech, but.
Yeah, no, that's good. Well, let's just get into the speech.
Yeah, so the Queen's giving the announcement to the commoners here, being like, well, here's the benefit, and now here's Richard.
The commoners who are also all British, inexplicably.
Yes. Yeah. Like
everyone is British in Aldovia. And you're like, of course.
Of course it is. So then Richard doesn't show up to the speech, and Emily's like, I think I know where he is.
And reporters are immediately like, who will rule the country?
Yeah. Abdication, abdicating.
Yeah. Soda water bottle abdicated.
So then Emily's like, I know where he is. And of course, he's such a good guy. We're at the orphanage there. And what's he doing? He's building snowmen with the orphaned kids.
Mm-hmm. Oh, are they orphan kids?
Yeah, it was an orphanage. Now it's all starting to make sense, huh?
I was wondering what kind of misfortune the children were.
Well, I think deep down he knows that he is not part of the family.
Oh, you're reading way into this.
Deep cut there, huh? Deep cut.
Yeah, there's definitely no way they thought that through.
No, they definitely did not. But no spoilers. But I mean, maybe it was like they're trying to cue in, like, oh, he's hanging. I don't know. That's
maybe. Yeah,
right. Like a little setup to.
I really identify with them.
Yeah,
they are me.
They are my people.
The poor,
orphaned kids.
Ew.
So they're building snowman. He's a good guy, and snowball fight. Amber's getting some video. Ha ha ha.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's pretty much it right there, right? And then we get another nighttime palace transition shot. Night palace.
Crossfire.
And then we get the Queen telling Richard, hey man, you got to step up, take some responsibility. Everyone's dealing with the loss of the king. But
quit shirking everything all the time, right?
Yeah, but bro, you gotta step up, help your family. Like, yeah, I want to run away too, but I can't because I have responsibilities. The Queen,
he's like, my duty is to the children.
She's like, all right, yeah. I got it.
No, that's what the Queen said.
Yes.
In the movie.
Yes.
Duty.
God damn it. We're so close. And she's like, I have complete faith that you'll step up and grow up, you little shit. But you got to have faith in yourself. You got to have faith. Mm-hmm. And then...
that's a good stopping point, I think.
Yeah, that's part one. That is all of part one. So, I mean, I don't know. Do you think he'll find the faith he needs? Will he find faith?
Do you think he'll find out some upsetting news about himself?
Will that orphanage play a part in that? Will that snowman melt?
Yeah. Will melt Sophia's icy heart? Will they sell enough brake pads to save the factory?
All this and more will be coming in part two. So thanks everyone for listening. We'll be back on Thursday to answer some of those questions. In the meantime, you can follow us on Instagram at It's This Meets That, right? ITMT Pod on Twitter. And, wherever you listen, subscribe or follow. Be nice of you. Nice of you to do.
That'd be great. And while you're there, you can also write us a review. 5 stars would be nice. Maybe a comment or two, something to help the algorithm. Computers love content.
They love it.
Right.
Yeah.
Or speaking of content, send us an email. You can write all the content you want and put almost anything in an email these days, I think.
Pretty much, yeah.
We'll read it in a trailer trash in fan service.
Yeah, why not?
It's thismeetsthat@gmail.com, or go to the website where you can find all the old episodes, some information about me and Russ, all the social links, whatever you missed from the last minute of us talking. That's all going to be there. It's thismeetsthat.com.